The tug-of-war between Microsoft and Sony on the acquisition of Activision Blizzard from January 2022 to now hasn't been decided. As one of the top 3 game consoles, how does Nintendo feel? I googled and found that while Sony and Microsoft were pushing and shoving, Nintendo felt like this. Is that true? This time, let's see whether Nintendo can face Microsoft's easy acquisition of Activision Blizzard with calm. As Switch player, I think Nintendo should be at peace with itself. Original creation has given Nintendo such confidence, which is the foundation of its sturdiness in the stormy game industry. Simply, it contains original tricks and first-party IPs. Let's start with Nintendo's original tricks. From a game company's point of view, it can be interpreted as animation in the embedded logic of a game and animation in the motion sensing of the game console. Nintendo's close to perfection both. In terms of game logic animation, Ocarina of Time contained many groundbreaking elements such as tracking shoes, fixed camera, laid the foundation modern 3D action games. A Splatoon 2 changing bullets to paint, guns to toys, killed ink floor, overturned on the light logic of shooter games so that players who are not good at shooting can also have fun in it. And in terms of motion sensing animation, Nintendo has created D-pad, arrow buttons, and analog stick. In addition, Switch, a fusion of the essence of the formers, support handheld and home play both. Based on the idea that hardware and software complement each other, Nintendo also developed a Labo, Amiibo, Wrinkle, Card, and other external devices, combining the game and toys it started with together, attracting more inactive users. Their clients involve people from 5 to 60 years old. No doubt Nintendo has done a lot of animation. Its excellent performance convinced Microsoft and Sony to stay with from handheld plus home console, since they can promise to make players feel that's it. Microsoft launched Kinect along with Wii Fit and was impressed by poor results. What's more, Nintendo's first-party game IP is even better. I mean, what's your favorite Nintendo IP? That's not an easy choice. Super Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, and Kirby are all fantastic. These classic IPs were born in their attention. In the first 7 Nintendo's financial report released on November 9, 2022, Furukawa Shintano stressed the importance of IP development. They believe people get affection for and become invested in the characters they encounter in games. The way players connect with characters through their controller creates a kind of two-way communication that's unique to video games. Furukawa Shintaro furthered, we see Nintendo's IP which has been nurtured by users and achieved such unique growth as our strength, and as such we're making progress in actively putting that IP to use in areas new to Nintendo. This means in addition to game revenue, the IP can make money in other ways. They can turn it into a movie star and promote game through movie. I'm talking about the Super Mario Bros. Movie released on April 7th this year in North America, or throw themselves into garage kits and co-branded products which can expand and influence the game at the same time. Landing real world is another good idea. They could team up with Universal Studios to create a theme park in actual size. The join up with the world's top game IPs and top operators would wow Disney. The power of IP to attract money is obvious to all. Nintendo sweeps market with Mario. We can describe original tricks and exclusive IPs as the first productivity of Nintendo. Well then, do you think Microsoft and Sony's tug-of-war can give Nintendo some surprises? In short term, it puts no threat to Nintendo, but in long term, Nintendo should think about potential risks. Right now, is it possible for Nintendo to lose third-party games acquired by Microsoft? If so, what will happen? All along, Sony has made that Call of Duty is exclusive, which shows that Sony attaches great importance to third parties. Nintendo's first party is stronger than Sony. However, the resources of the party has most been divided up. It has little impact on Nintendo's overall situation. In other words, the third party comes with a little profit and goes with a small loss. However, a small loss is a loss, and money is part of Nintendo's investment in innovation and upgrading. After all, innovation cannot be achieved without large financial investment. Of course, Microsoft exclusivity is not wise, and they know this. In Microsoft's response to CMA, they mentioned that after acquiring Mojang in 2014, they even expanded platform access to Minecraft, which brought them a huge financial gain. This implicates that exclusivity is not a good way to make money. Now, can Nintendo rest easy? We need to look at what Microsoft won by Activision Blizzard, which matters in long-term situation of game market. Did Microsoft go all the way to acquire just to expand its game library? It's actually about having laws and game market. This further enables development of XGP and mobile games. This acquisition storm has long since affected Nintendo. XGP comes first. When XGP first came into view, there was concern that it wouldn't survive long. However, statistics shows that its user growth trend from January 2020 to April 2022 is 150%, with over 25 million subscribers. Why has it gained such a popularity? That's because its mode is almost free compared to B2B. Take a Switch. A big game costs $42 and a small one costs about $20. If you pay for one that you don't like, it's a big loss. While XGP greatly reduces cost of decision-making for players, which hate those who have only slight desire for a game, commonly known as light players, and they are just Nintendo's main target group. In addition, Microsoft focuses on developing game content. Unlike Nintendo's original games, Microsoft's means to improve the quality of content is money. In 2021, Microsoft acquired the well-known game publisher ZeniMax Media for $8.1 billion. In early 2022, another $68.7 billion was spent to acquire Activision Blizzard in fall. Moreover, Spencer revealed in WSJ interview that the acquisition will continue. Microsoft, I can't afford everything. Microsoft cash-based game content empire contains everything from Grand 3A to simple casual games. There will always be something that is competitor to Nintendo. An adore temptation of cost-effective and rich game content is normal for players to turn to XGP. Absolutely, XGP is successful. Spencer's hinted that the price of XGP may go up in the future. This shows that Microsoft is satisfied with the current Impact XGP, and it's time to harvest. These users are not as small as Nintendo. Turn to mobile games, they are the most widespread currently. When I was a kid, I played Pokemon Emerald for a whole afternoon with a GBASP, but now, even though I have Switch and PS5, I spend little time on them. I haven't played console games immersively in quite a while. I just play mobile games sometimes to kill time. Is there any difference between buying a favorite game console and now playing it, and marrying a beloved girl and now having sex with her? There's nothing wrong with it. It's all about me. I got intense in an electronic way. In an era where PC games override console games and mobile games override PC games, many consoles are bought to gather dust. According to a 2022 Global Game Market Report released by Newzoo, the global game market revenue in 2022 is expected to be $184 billion, most of which will be contributed by mobile games, being $92.2 billion, accounting for about 50%. Of course, Microsoft knew that it has turned to a larger market. In a film with CMA, Microsoft revealed the details of their plan. They showed the game revenue of different types of devices from 1970 to 2020. While PC and console haven't waned, mobile has grown exponentially in last decade. Microsoft explained that Xbox also recognizes that growing its presence on mobile is critical to growing consumers' engagement beyond console and PC games. The acquisition of Activision Blizzard gives Microsoft a meaningful presence in mobile games. In addition, Microsoft intends to establish a mobile Xbox platform similar to App Store to attract console and PC players. This means that Microsoft has fully taken into account the possibility of the decline of the console and the rise of mobile. See Microsoft's ear-help style and deep pocket, that's a robbery. Back to Nintendo, although they released games like Pokemon Go, Super Mario Run, Dr. Mario World, Juggly Lost, and many other big games, at heart, they don't expect players to spend a lot on mobile games. Side games had launched Juggly Lost with Nintendo. An executive from its parent company Cyber Agent complained, if we manage the game low, we'd have made a lot more. But one console games is now outstanding and increasing games land cross-platform, so that players can play big games with smartphones. It's not an easy thing for Nintendo to convince players to buy consoles and games costly. With such a trend, does Nintendo still dare to keep putting their eggs in just one basket and betting their all on console? I found this. In the first half of 2022 earnings report, Nintendo announced that they will establish a joint venture with a handheld game company Dina in 2023, Nintendo Systems Company. Dina's partnership with Nintendo began in 2015. Pokemon Master and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp are from Dina. 7 years of experience have led to a decision to further strengthen their partnership. The next mobile game war is likely to be in the making. In this way, Nintendo seems more or less upset. Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard has a much larger goal than getting Call of Duty. With an eye on the entire gaming market, it's acquiring good games to attract players to join Microsoft mobile games family and thus seize the game market's voice. Even though Nintendo's running on a different track from Sony and Microsoft, they are facing the same game market. What's more, decline console games is a general trend. If Microsoft's subscription system and mobile games flourish, can Mario chips still resist Microsoft's cash power? And I wonder how panicked Sony is right now. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoy it.